Hi, the first app I'm going to talk to you about today is Explain Everything. This app is an interactive whiteboard and screencasting tool that will allow you to write, draw, annotate, demonstrate, and record all in one interactive screen. It's a really great app to use for a bunch of different types of teaching strategies, but it's really great for flipping the classroom. The concept behind flipping the classroom is really focusing on giving students more time to interact with each other and more time to interact with the teachers one-on-one. So a lot of times what instructors will do is actually prepare materials beforehand or provide additional resources for students to look at before they come to class. That way the class session itself is a lot more interactive and more discussion and more experiments and a lot more hands-on. So Explain Everything, being that interactive whiteboard, will allow you to prepare some of your information beforehand. So this can really help you to be able to prepare stuff so that even if they use it during class, the students can be doing it at their own pace. And so your class sessions will be more active and more enjoyable, both for the students and for yourself. So there's several different examples of ways that this can be used. One way that you can use it is as an interactive whiteboard, such as like smartboards and eNotes. You can actually mimic those same results and those same types of strategies through the use of the Explain Everything app. So for example, you ask your students a question like, what did you learn from last night's reading, to start the class session out? Maybe this is an art class, and so they can say, you know, last night we learned about the color wheel. And you can just write that down. Okay, maybe they learned about the difference between warm and cool colors. Okay, so you can write all this information down and then even ask them some questions. So based on what you learned last night, if I were to add yellow and blue together, what color do I get? And you can wait for your students to respond and then even demonstrate. Okay, that's green. So that's just one way that you can use it, by interacting and drawing on the whiteboard itself. You can also use it for other classes like music. I could prepare this beforehand. I can do a recording where, you know, maybe I'm trying to explain to the students the different notes on the scales. I can use it to explain the differences between whole notes and half notes. And I can even go so far as to demonstrate how people use this information to actually write music and make it so that other people can interpret and play that music. So I can talk about how whole notes are an entire measure within the 4/4 time frame. I can also demonstrate quarter notes, and that's D, and then that's E. And so we can go through and I can really demonstrate those types of concepts and even record it so that they can watch it before we come to class. I can also use it in math, maybe to explain homework assignments. You find a lot of times in math classes, students will have a problem on their homework that they can't quite get through on their own. They're not really sure, or they really need an example to demonstrate how to solve these particular types of problems. So the instructor can quickly create an example of video that then they can send out to the students or put on a class website and make available to them. So for example, on this one, I am teaching how to solve for X. I've already pre-recorded a video that I then can demonstrate as I walk through solving for X. So we've got to get X alone on one side of the equation. So we add 2 to both sides. So X equals 4 plus 2. X equals 6. And then I can check my answer by doing 6. 6 minus 2. Does that equal 4? Yes, that's the correct answer. So now I'm demonstrating and talking my way through how to do this for a math class. It's even good for PE classes. You know, maybe you're in a gym and you've got a projector and you're going to be starting a new game or activity that day. So this one's called Rock, Paper, Scissors, Catch. And I can put the instructions for how to play that game up on the whiteboard or on this projection screen with all of the information that they need. And then I can actually go through and keep score and track how the students are doing. Team 1, Team 2. So these are all examples of ways that you can use it, and you can even use it in science classes for information. Maybe these different iPads are sitting at the different locations so that they can watch the instructions, maybe a short video on how to do these different things. These strategies help you to meet the International Society for Technology and Education teacher standards, both 3 and 5. 3 being modeling digital age work and learning by demonstrating effective communication of ideas and information through the use of technology. And it also meets standard 5, which is engaging in professional growth and leadership by focusing on technology infusion. These can be a really good technique for single iPad classes or even for Android devices. This is a cross-platform type of app, and it's really good to use as an instructor device. It's very simple to use this app. You can create a brand new presentation or even import different pictures or different videos or even PDF documents that you've created in other places and bring them into your app to be able to use and interact with, such as a graph. You can write on the board, and then I can quickly record as I'm talking. I have a lot of different methods then for exporting down here in the bottom right, so I can export just the image if that's all I need. I can export an entire video, or I can just save it as a project saved onto this particular device and just use it for my instructional purposes as a presentation later. There are other apps that do very similar types of things. So if Explain Everything is not the right app for you, Show Me, EduCreations, and Stage all perform similar functions that will do some of these same types of things. If you want more information about the Explain Everything app, you can go to morriscook.com and get some tutorials, information on how to download it, and get started for your class sessions.